Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic sports for July month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so stay tuned with us till the end. Let's start students. The first question is, who has won the 2025 Austrian Grand Prix that was held in Spielberg, Austria in June, clinching his third F1 Grand Prix victory of 2025 season. So who won it? It was won by Lando Norris. Lando Norris is from UK. He drives for McLaren. Correct, and this is his 7th Grand Prix win of the F1 career. Next, mention the tournament that was held, mention the tournament name that was held in June, in which Indian badminton player Ayush Sethi clinched his maiden Badminton World Federation World Tour title in men's single final. So who won it? Or mention the tournament. Who won it? It was won by Ayush Sethi. The tournament is 2025 US Open Badminton Tournament. It was held in USA. Next, Lando Norris has won the F1 British Grand Prix in England in July. Mention the name of the team he represents. We just discussed he represents McLaren. And this is his 8th career one. Which was the 7th career one? It is Australian Grand Prix, and the 8th career one is British Grand Prix. Next, who won the Super United Rapid and Blitz Croatia 2025 chess tournament held in Croatia in July? So Magnus Carlsen, the world's #1 chess player, has won this event. Right? Take a note of it. And D. Gukesh from India secured 3rd position here. Next, Neeraj Chopra has won gold in javelin throw in the inaugural edition of the Neeraj Chopra Classic 25, a World Athletics gold level event held in July. Where did the event take place? This event took place in Bengaluru, Karnataka, and Neeraj Chopra has secured the 1st position here. Next, identify the position that India secured in the 2025 Asian Para Archery Championship held in July in Beijing, China, which is topped by China with an overall medal tally of 17 medals. Right? It stands at 2nd position. Correct? India secured 2nd position with a total of 9 medals, out of which 3 are gold and 3 silver and 3 bronze. Next, in July, Indian sprinter Animesh Kujru secured the 1st place in the men's 100 meter at a Dromia International Sprints and Relay that was held in Greece with a record-setting time of 10.18 seconds, making him the first Indian to break the 10.2 second mark. So, it is for 100 meter at the Dromia International Sprints and Relays. Next, which position did India get in the 2nd leg of the 2025 World Boxing Cup held in Astana, Kazakhstan in July, which was topped by Kazakhstan with a medal tally of 16 medals. So, India secured 3rd position here. Kazakhstan secured the 1st position in the medal tally with 16 medals. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the Wimbledon Championship that was held in July in London, UK. We will look at the options. Option A and C are right, B is wrong. B is saying Spain's Carlos Alcaraz defeated Jannik Sinner of Italy to win the Wimbledon men's singles title. Is it correct? So remember, Jannik Sinner, right, defeated Carlos Alcaraz, not Carlos Alcaraz defeated. So Jannik Sinner is the winner here. So all the options are rightly mentioned. Next, Hari Krishnan A. Rah became India's 87th Grandmaster after winning his final Grandmaster norm in France. Next, mention the team that won the inaugural edition of the FIFA Club World Cup 2025 by defeating PSG, that is Paris Saint-Germain, that was held in USA. So, who won the inaugural edition of the FIFA Club World Cup? It was won by Chelsea Football Club, and they defeated PSG in the final held in USA. Next, name the Indian female footballer, also the first Indian woman to play professional club football in Europe, who announced her retirement from football in July 2024. So, name the Indian female footballer. Aditi Chauhan is that Indian footballer. Next, who has been appointed as the head of the 8-member working group by the ICC in July to explore the possibility of restructuring Test cricket into a two-tier system. So, Sanjog Gupta has been appointed as the head of the 8-member working group by the ICC, right? And take a note of this. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the fourth leg of the freestyle chess Grand Slam tour held in Las Vegas, USA. If we look at the options here, option A and C are right, B is wrong. B is saying that the Hans Mock Niemann secured second place while Hikaru Nakamura Mura secured the third position here. Is it correct? So remember, Hans Mock Niemann, right? Did he secure the second position here? Instead of these two, remember, Arjun Argesi secured sixth position and R. Pragnanda secured seventh position in the series here. Next, identify the badminton player who has won the respective men's single and women's single title of the 42nd edition of the Japan Open Badminton Tournament held in Tokyo, Japan. Right? So identify the badminton players here. Shi Yuki and NC Young. These are the badminton players who have won the respective men's singles and women's single title of the 42nd edition of the Japan Open Badminton Tournament. Next, name the West Indies cricketer who has announced his retirement from international cricket in July 2025. Andre Russell, right? A West Indies all-rounder has announced his retirement recently. Next, who was appointed as a full-time Chief Executive Officer of the Indian Olympic Association by Executive Council in July 2025. So, Raghuram Iyer was appointed as the full-time Chief Executive Officer of the Indian Olympic Association. Next, mention the name of the F1 driver who has won the 70th edition of the Belgian Grand Prix held in Belgium in July 2025. So, Oscar Piastri, right, is the name of that F1 driver who has won the 70th edition of the Belgian Grand Prix. And he drives for McLaren. Next, Hockey India successfully conducted the 15th Hockey India Congress in July in Mahabalipuram, Tamil Nadu, completing how many years of the Indian hockey's glorious journey? So, India successfully completed 15th Hockey India Congress in July, commemorating 100 years of this journey. Next, to support the former football players, coaches, referees and match officials and support staff, the AIFF, that is All India Football Federation, they have established a benevolence fund and a pension fund in July so that the workers here or the people who used to work in these organizations, right, they can have a better retirement life. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be quite beneficial in your learning. So let's start. The first question is, under which national initiative did the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare announce the screening of 6 crore individuals for sickle cell disease as of July 2025? It is under National Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission and 6 crore individuals will be tested here. And it is Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat. They have reported the higher number of diagnosed cases for the sickle cell disease. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the celebration of 10 years successful completion of the National Skill India in July 2025. So, if you look at the correct option, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, as announced by the Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Hardeep Singh Puri in July, what percentage of ethanol blending in petrol did India achieve, reaching the goal of 5 years ahead of 2030. So we want to achieve this target in 2030, but we have achieved this already in 2025. So we are 5 years ahead. So what is the goal that we are talking about, or what percentage of ethanol blending we are talking about? 20%. Next, which department signed a non-disclosure agreement with NPCI International Payments Limited in July to collaborate on transforming inward remittances to India by integrating UPI with Universal Postal Union interconnection platform? So, which department signed this NCD with NPCI International Payment Limited? It is your Department of Posts. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Maritime Financing Summit 2025. We will look at the option A and C are right, B is wrong. B is saying that the Maritime Development Fund with an initial corpus of 50,000 crore rupees was announced in Union Budget 25-26 with 49% contribution from the government. Is it right? Is it 49% contribution here from the government? No. Yes, it is actually 49%, but the initial corpus was not 50,000 crore rupees. It was 25,000 crore rupees. Now option B is also right. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the initiatives launched by the President Draupadi Murmu ma'am on completing 3 years in office in July. So, correct statement we have to find here. All these three are rightly mentioned. Next, mention India first hydrogen powered train coach whose test was successfully conducted by Indian Railways at Integral Coach Factory in Chennai in July 2025. So, mention the first hydrogen powered train coach. It is driving power car. Right, this marks a major step towards achieving clean, green, sustainable rail mobility, supporting India's climate targets, and a shift towards future ready transport systems. Next, what is the name of the new mascot unveiled by the Income Tax Department during the 166th Income Tax Day celebrations presided over by the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in July 2025? So, what is the name of that new mascot? It is Madhukar. Take a note of this. This is important, and this is the new mascot for the IT department. Next, identify the defense public sector undertaking that signed a 2000 crore rupees contract with the Ministry of Defense in July to supply air defense fire control radars to the Indian Army under Buy Indian indigenously designed, developed and manufactured category. So, identify the defense public sector undertaking, which is that we are talking about. Name it. It is Bharat Electronics Limited, that is BEL. Next, name the head of the dedicated COP33 cell established by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change to manage the professional and logistical requirement for the 33rd Conference of Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change proposed to be hosted by India in 2028. So, name the head of the dedicated COP33 cell. So, right option here is Ved Prakash Mishra. He will be the head of the COP33 cell. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Tamil Nadu from 26th to 27th of July. If we look at the options here, option A, B and C, all three of them are rightly mentioned. Next, where was the 14th edition of the India-Singapore Joint Military Exercise? Exercise Bold Kurukshetra was held in July 2025. So, this exercise, the 14th edition of Bold Kurukshetra, was held in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Right? And here, Indian contingent was led by Colonel Arjun Ganpati. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Gyan Bharatam mission announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in July 2025. If we look at the options, all these three are rightly mentioned. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the initiatives unveiled by the Ministry of Earth Science on 19th of Foundation Day in July 2025. If we look at the options here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, in July, which state's transport department received a no object certificate from the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for launching India's first state government-led artificial intelligence and big data analytics based road safety pilot project? So, which state's transport department has received this NOC? It was for Uttar Pradesh, and this marks the first state government-led AI intervention in road system that is aiming at improving the enforcement efficiency and reducing the road accidents. Next, the World Bank Group in partnership with which organization has released their report titled Towards Resilient and Prosperous Cities in India? So, it was with World Bank Group along in with partnership with Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. They have released this report highlighting the potential of Indian cities to generate 70% of the new jobs by 2030. Next, as per the July 2025 edition of the Henley Passport Index released by Henley and Partners, what is India's rank in global passport ranking offering visa-free access to 59 destinations? So, India stands at 77th position in this index. Next, United Nations Security Council unanimously adopted a resolution 2788 that was titled Pacific Settlement of Disputes which aims to strengthen the mechanisms for the peaceful settlement of international disputes. Next, identify the correct statement regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's two-day visit to UK in July 2025. If we look at the options here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, identify the incorrect statement regarding the signing of 6 MOUs by the Government of India with the Government of Maldives. If we look at the following and we have to find the incorrect statement, all are right but fifth is wrong. That is, an MOU was signed in recognition of the Constitution of India by the Maldives. So it was an MOU was signed in the recognition of the Constitution of India by the Maldives. Is it correct? No, this is wrong here. Remember, not an MOU that was signed here. Next, on his visit to Maldives in July, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, along with Maldives President Mohammad Muzi, has released what? They have released a commemorative postage stamp marking 60 years of diplomatic relations between India and Maldives. Can you tell me, students, India has opened a line of credit of how much to Maldives? Let me know the amount here, right? And this was approved few days back only. Next, which small finance bank has launched the foreign currency non-resident deposit account and explorer saving account in July, targeting non-resident Indians and seafarers? So, which small finance bank it is? It is your Equitas Small Finance Bank. Next is, according to RBI's provisional data, the gross NPA of public sector banks steadily decreased to what percent in FY25? It steadily decreased to 2.58%. Next, identify the non-banking financial company NBFC on which RBI officially withdrew the corrective action plan in July, which was initially imposed in January 2018 due to the inspection irregularities. So, identify that NBFC. It is your Religare Finvest Limited. Right? Next, identify the company that received the in-principle authorization from RBI to operate as an online payment aggregator for cross-border transactions. So it is Xflow. This is the company that received the approval from RBI for payment aggregator cross-border. Next, identify the bank with which payment services company Worldline they have entered into a strategic partnership to accelerate the digital transformation through advancement and scalable payment solution. So identify that bank. It is your Cosmos Cooperative Bank along with Worldline. Right? They will be accelerating the digital transformation. Next is Indian Overseas Bank signed a tripartite MOU with a leading dairy cooperative, that is Anand Milk Union Limited, and biofertilizers company Rich Plus to promote organic farming and support the 1 lakh organic farmers. Right? Next, identify the company which decided to establish India's largest green hydrogen generation unit at Panipat Refinery and Petrochemical Complex in Panipat, Haryana, which is that organization IOCL, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Next, name the organization that in June projected India's GDP growth for FY26 at 6.3% in its Economic Outlook 2025. Issue a title that is Tackling the Uncertainty, Reviving the Growth. This is the name of the report. Name that organization. It is OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Next, according to Nomura, a Japanese broker firm, what will be India's real GDP percentage in FY26 as announced by it in June 2025? It is 6.2%. Next, identify the India airline that signed a memorandum of understanding with Air France, KLM, Virgin Atlantic and Delta Airlines to enhance the connectivity between India, Europe and North America. So from India, the company is or the airline is Indigo. Next, in June, Adani Airports Holding Limited raised what amount through external commercial borrowing from a consortium of international bank. They have raised $750 million. The loan was secured at an interest rate of approximately 7.5%. Next, in June, which defense company announced the acquisition of fresh defense contracts worth 537 crore aiming to reinforce their position in the defense manufacturing sector? So which defense company? It is Bharat Electronics Limited, BEL. Next, identify the organization with which Indian Biogas Association has signed an MOU to jointly develop a knowledge center dedicated to India's bioenergy and biohydrogen sector. Which is it? It is Indian Oil Corporation Limited, IOCL. This collaboration aims to establish a knowledge center dedicated to bioenergy initiatives, serving as a hub for sharing technology, infrastructure, and skilled resources. Next, to enhance air connectivity between India and Europe via Iceland, which organization, that is Air India, has signed a codeshare agreement with Reykjavik, Iceland based Icelandair in June 2025. This will enhance the connectivity between India and Europe via Iceland. Next, gig and platform workforce in India is expected to grow what number by 2047? It is expected to grow to 62 million by 2047 according to a new study by Vivigri National Labour Institute in Noida, UP. Next, identify the correct statement or statements regarding to the CPI Consumer Price Index for rural, urban and combined for month of May 2025 released by National Statistics Office in June. If we look at the option, identify the correct statements. Option A is right, B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that the BR registered the lowest inflation rate of 0.55% in May 2025 compared to all major states and UTs. Right? So, it is not Bihar that registered the lowest inflation. It is Telangana that registered the lowest inflation. Right? And which state topped among the states and union territories with highest inflation? It is Kerala. Next, identify the correct statements regarding the World Investment Report titled International Investment in the Digital Economy launched by the Secretary General of United Nations Conference on Trade and Development in June. If we look at the options, identify the correct statement. A and C are right, B is wrong. B is saying that China continues to be the leading country for both foreign direct investment inflows and outflows. No, it is not China that is leading here in this segment. It is USA that is leading country for both FDI inflows as well as outflows. Next, identify the company that entered into a strategic collaboration with Council of Europe Development Bank of France to modernize their reconciliation operations using artificial intelligence and automation. So, identify that company. It is TCS, Tata Consultancy Service. And students, recently they decided to lay off almost 12,000 employees in next 1 year because of the skill gaps that they are saying. Next, name the company that has signed an MOU with Infineon Technologies AG of Germany to jointly develop application-ready electric vehicle solutions tailored for the Indian market. It is Tata Elxsi Limited. Correct? Next, according to the Coffee Board of India, what is the growth in coffee exports for FY26 as of June 2025? So, the growth here is of almost how much percent? 25%. Next, what is the revised India's GDP growth projection for FY26 as per predicted by S&P Global Ratings in their latest Economic Outlook Asia Pacific for third quarter 2025? Resilience may vary. This was released in June. So what is the projection? 6.5%. Next, mention the company that collaborated with India's Tata Power Delhi Distribution Limited to commission India's first micro substation equipped with power voltage transfer technology in New Delhi to provide low cost and reliable power supply to consumers. So mention that company. It is which company? It is your Nissan Electric Company Limited. Next, identify the company that received an order worth between 100 crore rupees and 250 crore rupees from Heritage River Journeys Private Limited in June for the construction of 2 inland luxury river cruise vessels to be deployed on the Brahmaputra River. It is Reliance, which is that company we are talking about here? It is Cochin Shipyard Limited. Right? And this development supports the Make in India initiative and showcases India's growing shipbuilding capacity in building globally competitive cruise vessels. Identify the company that secured an export order worth 600 crore rupees from Rheinmetall Waffe Munitions GmbH of Germany in order to supply large caliber ammunition over 6 years. So identify that company. It is Reliance Defense Limited that has secured the order worth 600 crore rupees from RWMG of Germany.